Katie, this is not your first love triangle with a Liam. What love triangle was more
Excuse me?
complicated?
Oh, wait. That's so true.
What love triangle is more complicated? Cora, Liam, and Finn in Providence Falls, or Karma, Amy, and Liam in Faking It?
Oh,
Wow.
I'm sorry, you're not my first Liam.
Nice. Thanks, guys.
No.
I'm Kristen Maldonado from Pop Culture Planet. Lachlan, it's so great to meet you. Katie, it's so good to see you again. I don't know if you
I was
remember.
gonna say you look very familiar.
I was the social lead on Faking It.
Yes. How
Yes,
are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
Good. Long time.
I know, very long time. But you guys are killing it. I am obsessed with this trilogy of movies. First of all, filming three movies back to back, that must be like super different, but also really awesome because you get to really dive into these characters. So what was that like for you guys?
It was magical. I think it's every actor's dream to get to travel for work, especially to somewhere as beautiful as Ireland. And there were a lot of things that we got to kind of check off the bucket list, being a romance, period piece, cop drama kind of thing. And being that it was three movies back to back, for me, it almost felt like shooting a season of a series. And whenever you shoot a season of a series, at the end, you're like, oh, but there's potential to come back. But, we did all three movies at once, and, there is a beginning, middle, and an end. And so it was like the end was sad because it felt like, oh no, wait, there's no more movies after this. So it was a magical experience, and we all, bonded together and became really close. And it was just, I keep saying magical, but that's what it was.
More on that is like telling a trilogy in particular is really unique and interesting. So many of the great franchises are trilogies, right? And I just love the fact that the first movie is one thing. It's this cool setup. There's all of these characters getting introduced, mixing. We discover the world. Then the second movie inevitably takes this lower tone where then maybe there's more hardship, there's more pain, there's more something like that. And then in movie three, we got to ramp it up to this big climax. So going through it like that was like taking one movie, stretching it out, and doing each sort of beat in particular. It was really interesting and fun. Yeah, I just think that it's like such a great way to tell a story in three parts.
That's the lucky thing about being able to do three movies back to back is there's a natural banter that you develop over just having spent more time with someone.
Mhm.
And we knew that going in that we were going to have the chance to just not force anything and actually let those moments play out and become friends in real life. And we did that. And I think all of us naturally just had a really good friendship, and it wasn't hard. It wasn't hard for us. It was a beautiful chaos. We were so busy, and we shot the first movie, and the whole plan was then we'd go to Ireland in February at the end of the first movie, and we'd shoot all the Ireland stuff and then come back. And I think all of us found, especially after coming back from Ireland and having that whole experience together, that everything else fell into place and we really kind of had a hold on our characters. Because I think, at the beginning of the shoot, we're like, oh, we have to go to Ireland and shoot this stuff. I don't have to, but we get to go to Ireland and shoot this. So I think that was kind of weighing on us. Like, we got to get that part right. And
Mhm.
then once we did that, I think we all kind of settled into it.
Yeah, you really get to like dive deep into the characters, like even watching, like you really felt invested. Like you said, it did feel like a TV show, and I'm like, wait, I think we can do more. I think that there's more story to
Same.
tell.
I
Yeah.
think so too. Let's bring it back.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
I would love for there to be a spinoff. I think there's the opportunity here to do a spinoff. Um, I don't know where Finn would exist in that per se, but maybe they'll bring me back as a different character. I don't know. But I definitely think it's a world that if fans love it as much as I loved shooting it, that there's definitely an opportunity for a spinoff.
Three full movies, going to Ireland. Did you have a favorite scene to bring to life or just a favorite memory, like over the course of the whole entire project?
Yeah, I do. We flew into Ireland, and I can't remember what day of the week it was, maybe a Sunday. And I hadn't slept because as soon as we landed, I had to go to a costume fitting. And then after the costume fitting, we had this karaoke bar thing planned out where Katie was going to sing, and Katie's a singer. And we had this just amazing night in Dublin, in downtown Dublin, and Katie sang for us, and we all just hung out and had sushi randomly. We had sushi in Dublin for some reason. I don't know why, but we did. And that was probably my favorite moment from the shoot.
Yeah, I love that. That's so much
Yeah.
fun. Oh, and I know she's got some vocals, so that
Oh,
must have been amazing.
sushi ever. Pipes.
I heard from Evan that you guys had an incredible like karaoke night in Ireland. I would love
Oh,
to hear about it.
he didn't show you any videos, did he?
No, but he said that Katie killed it. What did you sing? How was it?
What didn't I sing? I was doing my own concert.
Picture this: go into a karaoke room with like a world-class level singer, and then somebody else in the room has to follow that up. It's like I guess I'm gonna butcher some Queen now. Sorry.
No, you were wonderful.
It was really fun though.
It
Good
was a
time.
blast. We did a lot of cast bonding, and a lot of cast bonding included karaoke nights.
Karaoke.
Guinness and karaoke
Yep.
was really
Perfect.
what our bonding nights were like.
I know you guys had to, perfect those Irish accents. What was that like? Was there any phrase or line that kind of helped you get into that accent?
Ooh.
Good question. I listened to a lot of Colin Farrell to me, and then I had a few sounds that worked it out with our vocal coach that were more old timey, just to set it further back and not have it just be a modern Irish accent. I didn't want him to sound like he came from Dublin, like modern day. I wanted there to be a couple of sounds in there that made him still feel a little more Irish than a modern day, like maybe amalgamated Irish accent, but that's a long-winded
Yeah,
way of saying
I
it.
feel like I listened to a lot of stuff, but I also made it a point to like speak in the accent as often as I could,
Mhm.
because that was a tip that our coach had given us. And then when we were in Ireland, I just chose to like stay in the accent, kind of imitate people that I heard speaking. And yeah, I was definitely very nervous for it, but everybody was very lovely and helpful.
It was a struggle for me, for sure. Katie and Lachlan, I think they just are genius brained or something because they had no problem with the accent from the get-go. Or to at least to my ear, they didn't. But I worked on it for about 3 months with a vocal coach, and there was a whole list of phrases that they would coach us through, and there was a couple in there that were, if I had to remember now, I probably couldn't, but there's about 10 in there that I would say every time before we shot anything Irish.
This trilogy is all about second chances at love, at life, doing the right thing. Um, for you, Lachlan, what did a second chance mean to your character, and like, how do you feel they grew from that?
It meant everything. It meant everything in the greater context of a second chance with what is he going to do with it. He's so lucky to get the second chance, didn't expect to get it at all, but then his whole choice is what's he going to do with it. Is
Mhm.
he going to do the thing that he feels most in his heart, or is he going to do the right thing according to destiny, right? uh I don't know, it was just a joy to try and explore that and try and understand what Liam was going through.
Your character Finn and Liam both represent two different paths for Cora. I was wondering how you sort of interpreted your character's place in her journey.
The way I approached Finn is he's the secure option. And anytime I had a scene with her, my main goal was just I have to make her feel super safe, super secure, and be the best at making her feel just secure, like I'm not going anywhere. And I tried to approach that in every scene that we did together because that's really the thing that Finn has to offer. He doesn't have this rogue, thieving, stealing kind of charm to him. He's just kind of down the barrel. And so anytime I had a chance to have a scene with her, it was just, here's security. Do you want security?
Films also play with the idea of like fate and, what's meant to be. Do you believe in destiny, or do you think we sort of like create our own paths? What's your take on sort of those themes?
I flip in between, but this is really speaking my language. I'm always thinking this way, you know. Um, when certain things happen in your life, you want to believe that fate is involved and the dots are being connected for a reason. And I like to think that way. I really do.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, sometimes things don't go your way, and then you start to think, oh, maybe this thing wasn't pre-planned or written out beforehand. And it's kind of a shame when I think that way, because I do like feeling like we have a purpose here, and that there's some meaning to what we're doing, and that maybe it was written beforehand. I do like to think that way. So
Oh, absolutely.
I flip.
I don't think so. I mean, I think about how many different ways my life could have gone had I just made a different choice. Like when I was 16, if I just decided that I wasn't going to go audition for American Idol, I probably wouldn't be here. So it's like, I think that we create our own destinies based on what we want from our life. You know, you make decisions of what kind of choices, where you're going to move to, what career path you're going to go down, and you make, you know, little choices that eventually lead you to whatever your destiny is. But I think that that ultimately is up to us and our choices and our desires for what we want our life to look like.
Katie, this is not your first love triangle with a Liam. What love triangle was more
Excuse me?
complicated?
Oh, wait, that's so true.
What love triangle is more complicated? Cora, Liam, and Finn in Providence Falls, or Karma, Amy, and Liam in Faking It?
Oh,
Wow.
I'm sorry, you're not my first Liam.
Thanks, guys.
No, they're both complicated for completely different reasons. Karma, Amy, and Liam was dealing with the complication of a best friendship that had some more complicated feelings, while one girl was looking to be accepted. And this one is, you know, dealing through time and space and hundreds of years of love in the making. So I'll say, no, I actually can't say that. I can't have people coming after me. Both, I can't choose between them because they're so different, and both equally special times in my life as Katie to be able to play both.
Very diplomatic, but also true.
You are my
Very
number one
complicated.
Liam, though. Sorry, Greg.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Congratulations. I can't wait for people to watch this trilogy.
Thank you.
Consider subscribing if you like this video and get even more entertainment news at popcultureplanet.com. See ya.